All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're going to talk today about when should you put on your new bowstring and get your new tab or your new glove, get it broke in. How do you do that? When do you need to do that stuff? What does it matter? Okay. There's actually a good way to look at this and a good way to make sure you're going to do it. Now, if you're shooting a fast flight type string or D97 or any of that kind of stuff, most likely you're only going to need like one string a year, maybe even 2 years, depending on how much you shoot. But I recommend that you change it a couple weeks before the season is when you put your new string on. Get into a routine of doing it a few weeks before deer season comes in, and then that way you're set. You've broke the string in, you let the stretch happen. If you're a Dacron shooter, you're probably 2 strings a year, like I am. But try to get that new string put on right before the season happens, a couple weeks earlier, so that it has time to break in. You get the feel for it. Everything is all good. Your silencer puffs even out, everything just kind of falls into play, and everything's dialed in right, and then that way you're set for the entire season, and then you just keep right on shooting it up until you have to replace it before the next season. That's my best bet. That's the way I think is the smartest way to do it. Myself personally, since I don't have an end season, deer season for me is kind of a pain in the butt, because it's I hunt year round now. I have not had, in 2 weeks, I've not had a week go by that I did not at least hunt one day. So I can hunt year round with the hogs and everything, and so I love that. So my hunting season never ends. Deer season is just where it jams together a whole bunch of it in one time with my Midwest trip and that kind of thing, but there's no end to me. So, but I still change my string usually right before deer season. This particular time, though, I had to change one a little earlier, so I'm actually still running this one on here, but it's getting time to change it pretty soon. So before I leave, I'm leaving in 2 weeks for my Midwest trip. Well, what I will do is after I hunt tomorrow, Thursday, I can't hunt for the rest of the weekend, so I'm going to be gone for weddings and stuff. So after I hunt tomorrow, I'm changing my string. I already have it made, have it set. I will put it on here because I shoot Dacron, and I'll leave my bow strong, let this thing stretch for that 3 days while I'm on my hunting trip. I get back, she'll be good to go, and I'll be ready to start hunting again with it next week. So, but I recommend best time right before the season. This one's getting there. You can see it's not too bad. Now, this is actually not string. Most of this, some of that is where I burn the strings because I'm real sloppy with it, but like this is all spider web. This is all that really nasty golden orb weaver spider web stuff that's on there that we're seeing. It's wrapped up all over in my string because I walk through the woods with my bow like this, knocking that stuff all out of the way. And that's why my string gets even as all frayed out here. That's from me beating brush and moving stuff with my bow and kicking palmettos out of the way and that sharp palm stuff and doing that. So my strings take a beating. Okay, they get a lot of crap on them like that. So that's my recommendation for replacing them. But then that way, by doing it before the season, you don't have to worry about it and say, oh, do I need a new one? Did I do it? Didn't I do it? How bad is it? Is it going to hold through the whole thing? You don't have to even think about it. Put it on before the season. Same for your glove or your tab. Look at how bad mine get to. Okay, now again, remember, I'm hunting year round, and I'm down here in Georgia, and it's hot. Okay, sweat, salt, and all that stuff from your body, it takes a toll on it. But my glove is pretty beat up here. Okay, you can see all the stress cracks and all the stuff and the breakdown of this thing in here happening, and we got it all going on right here that we got to deal with. Pretty wore out, pretty beat up. And then even look at this, because this has got stretched so far, I've twisted it like 3 times so it actually stays on my finger in the right spot here where I can still flip it around. But it is time to throw this out and grab a new tab. I'm going to, but I also replace my tab usually right before the deer season. When I'm replacing my bowstring, I do my tab at the same time, and then that way my tab is good and fresh through the whole entire, sorry, hang on. My tab is good and fresh through the whole season, through the whole deer season, where it's nice and cool and I'm not worrying about that. And then I use it all the way through the rest of the summer and that kind of thing. So that's my advice for you. Replace this and your glove or tab a couple weeks before the season. That way you can also break this in. This one is tried true and feels very natural for me to shoot. When I grab a new one, it's going to take me 30, 40 shots to get that thing to feel right and kick in, and have it get that feel like I'm looking for, and get that crease in there, get all the stuff I want. It's going to take some shots. Get those done before the season so that that glove is perfect during the season, or your tab is perfect during the season. Best tip I got for you. Thanks for watching.